Hey guys, I'm back after a long time, and this is because I had some of the exams going on with my studies, also was a little bit missed. Anyways, so we have less than 6 months left for three of the main exams of West Bengal. Here there is a PSC clerkship, also with miscellaneous and BCS pile up one after another. So what we will see a compilation where I have already shown you this is a constitutional body what we'll check into, and these are the numbering been given election commissioner, then UPSC and SPC has been taken in one section, then there is FC, then GST, and SC BC has been given as fourth in special linguistic officers, and along with that CAG is obviously one of the important section, Attorney General, Advocate General. So I will try to complete it today, but if the video is going a little bit longer, I will do it tomorrow. So what I will try here to understand, or I will try you to teach, is how to concise the material. That is very important. When you are concising the material, that's when you will revise. And the first thing here when you come is the revision. I am basically making this for the first timers and who are going for the second time or the third time also. We have to do the revise. So I am doing a compilation such that you can check this before your exam, before even 7 days, and you can just have the gist. You can also write this, copy that in your pages or wherever you want. Otherwise, you can just check it and then you will be able to score. Right, so here I have also written some of the pages. Not looking into it. Election Commission, when I am starting with Election Commission, first thing we will start with that article, right? The article which is the 324. That being said, where we are saying the Election Commission, so why this 324 is giving, what this 324 is giving, that is where the power is coming on. Article means what we know, that the constitution is holding its articles, right? So there are schedules and parts and etc there. We will talk about them later. First things to start with is where the bodies who are working, and then we know this big election has also taken up. So that's why we are starting with that power which has been given by the constitution to the election commission, right? So that is given on 324. To differentiate these, you can just write here, okay, there is central and the state, right? So there are two different sections. One is central and the state. Why is this election commission has been differentiating in central and the state? Because there is parliament, vice president, and this president election is going through by central election commission. Where there is state election commission, it will go for that panchayat municipalities elections, like that. Here I have also made the tick mark. You can also do that, otherwise you can just have your specific note at the back of this page, so that you can just have it in 1 minute. Okay, then we will go for the next page where it is said about this composition of the election commission. You can see this composition where there is generally three people: chief election commissioner, other election commissioners. That I have already written here. Three of these people composition has been seen: chief election commissioner, election. So that's why this is the two of these election commissioners. That's why. Okay, I am making it a little hurried session because I have to finish and cover a lot. So just stay with me and bear with me, because I will be having my studies also, and then there are science section I have to cover. So that's a big thing I have to do. So please bear with me. Now, if we talk about these three election commissioners, has been said. So previously it was not there. This was a single member body. You can see here 1989. So what happened in 1989, that it became a single to a three member body. That was this change where the age change has happened, 21 to 18, right? So you know this amendment has came up as the 61st amendment, and that of 1989, when there is a big change of 21 to 18 years has to go. So that's why what the election commission had to do, basically the electoral roll, that is the adult franchise, right? Electoral roll, many of these people has to be taken inside their can be said they have to give in their epic card, and then registration has to be gone. So a lot of piled work. Whenever you will be in your service, you will also understand that you need more people to work, right, under you and with you, so that you can finish your work properly. So similar way it happened like that, and there is 61st amendment, and people was joining, and two more were taken. So look, this two more were taken, and this was obviously some of the changes were going on 1990 pay. Some of the changes happened, and then that was also reverted back. Basically, at the end of the day, in 1993, you had these two more election commissioners taken, and then totally three people are there, right? That is the thing. There is three people there at the end. So here you will see that chief election commissioner obviously here, but equal power and equal salary. But that is very important, that even if they are the people who are having their almost kind of not similar can be said their post, but they're having their equal power and salary, so that everyone is having their kind of you can say independence, right? So that no one is say that I am the authority of you two people, so that this cannot be said. That's why. So anyways, the decision making power here, if has to be said, the decision making power is given not to the CEC, but there is a concise of this decision has to be taken, that all of these people have to come, and then look, this majority has to be taken down, and that's why they can have some of the decision, right? So both of these people have to, all three of them have to take this. Now that to be said, here judges of the Supreme Court are given some of the power, right? But here the main thing is here that the salary and the equal powers for the election commissioners obviously, but that are similar to those, these salaries allowances are similar to those of the judge of the Supreme Court. That's a very important power. So you can see that how the power and the position, right, how the power and the position is very important to these people, right? Okay, so that being said, here we will also write another thing, that is composition has been said. Now 10 year, if that to be said, 6 year or 65, right? 65 of these each, whatever that has to be written. Now that have been said here, there is also another thing. If you don't know this properly, you can also write this out about the Supreme Court judge similar equal salary, but I don't need to, because I know this thing and I won't really have this thing on my mind. Okay, so that being said, here some of the independence thing is also going on. Independence is where I am saying that of this CEC or EC cannot be taken out by Parliament whenever they want. Like if I am saying that there is a majority government, right? Now this majority government is coming to power, and they say that we don't like this election commissioner, we want someone else, we want someone that will help us, will help the center to take, center means majority government, I am saying that center to take the decisions, and whatever the next poll will go on our date according to our star campaigners, that benefits will be given to us. So whatever benefits is needed, so that center cannot do that. That's why given the independence, right? Now to talk about this independence, here in the other words, you can see that he can be removed by the president on the basis of the resolution passed by both the houses, special majority, on either on the ground of the misbehavior or the incapacity. So that is obviously a point we are going to take, that the president can only give his sign after the both of the houses has already given the special majority. Okay, so there is a proper signing off and other things has happened. Now that to say about the regional commissioner, regional commissioners can also come some of the places, some of the times, but they cannot be removed. Regional commissioners are, you can say that election is going on, right? So there is a need of more manpower, so that time this kind of regional commissioners do come place, but they cannot also removed except that of CEC. If CEC doesn't say that, they cannot be removed. Okay, these are some of the notes you can obviously take on the side, otherwise you cannot can give it a skip also. After I have taught all these things, I will give you some of the crisp note whatever I have made, and then you can have that on your chart paper, art paper, if you want to have that in your wall. That is on their wish. Okay, second thing, constitution has no debate retiring election commissioner for the appointment. This is also another independence thing. Why is that? We will also note this here, where we were saying reappoint. Like, I am telling you how to read this thing, right? I am telling you how to make notes on your own, not copy anyone else's, but have your kind of things. So how you will see the reappointment is going on. Reappointment is where we have not given this thing, right? You can just make a cross or just can tell, right? So some of the other things where you want to make notes you can, but I don't think there is a much of a need. Now there is three of the powers that is very important: administrative, advisory, and quasi judicial. What is the judicial thing? We have to obviously see that. So we will see here, the first thing is delimitation. Delimitation means the constitution for constituency formation. So the areas, like India is having this is a bad map to start with. Okay, oh no, actually I am not using any pens, so my drawing is like that. So you can see a lot of region is there. We will have this West Bengal. Even for West Bengal, it's a lot long, a huge region. We have to somehow part it into few small spaces so that a proper election can take place. So make it cut short. What we will see, there is a delimitation going on. Along with that, there are some of the disputes and also some dates that has to be covered by election commission when this election will take place, schedules, etc. Then there is disputes if that has to be checked on the monitoring of this thing. Along with that, code of conduct, that is where I have already said that code of conduct is very important when you have to stop, right? Stop the publishing and stop influencing the people. So that's why this is important. Along with that, roster of the publicity of this politics, advise the president if there is any need. I have already said that there are the advisory kind of roles are also there. So advising the president if the president is in need, and asking the election commissioner that some of the advices to be given. And this to be said, that's almost it. And you can see here, president rule is also there to be advised if there is a need me of state emergency services of article 356, 365. We will see this later. So that to be said here, much of the thing are not left. Election commission is also sometimes assisted by deputy election commissioners if needed to be. And here for the state level, some of the chief electoral officers are there, district returning officers. Basically, when we see this district returning officers, RO, district returning officers is DRO, and then chief electoral officers, who is basically an IAS. And then there is also returning officers. So what they do in the election, where there is a need of these assistants, they are helping the people, helping the people in their work, helping election commission in their work. So here this chief electoral officer is totally appointed by the chief election commissioner, and then there will be below that the district returning officer, obviously D for district returning officer, and he appoints this RO. So these are the hierarchy, and it will be seen here. Vision, mission, and the guiding principle is almost same. The democracy has to be there, and then inclusivity, accessibility, these are the thing. Guiding principle, if that has to be said, guiding means there is a transparency going on, fairness going on. You will see this in the basic structure also. So these are almost thing. Other things are not much needed. The main thing here that has to be said, I have already ticked them. Supreme Court judge who is having this 2.50 lakh per annum per month, not annum obviously, so that that is by 2018, and the new paycheck has been updated. And television commission, this has came often in the exam, that's why I am pointing this out. Television commission has been made by parliament 4 times till now, that is 1952, 62, 72 and 2002. Please do remember it. I will obviously give the main points here, whatever is needed. Now, the second thing, we are going into the Union Public Service Commission, right? UPSC. That is the main important thing where many of the people are also reading about it. So, here, what we will make the note about is article where 315 to 323 has been said. Previously, we have only seen that article 324 is for election commission. So, we will also have our check there. What we have seen there is a 10-year. Please do recall whenever you are reading, recall the previous chapter so that you can have the better understanding of other things also and can remember the things, right? So there will be a 10-year. Along with that, there are how many people or the members, how many are there, that will be also there. Along with that, what are the functions? What are the functions? 3 type of functions were there. Do recall this whenever is a reading going on, then there is a need of recalling. Sorry. Yeah, I need to clear this up. I will do this later if not possible right now. Anyways, so that thing to be said. Now what we will check into 315 to 323 is very important. What is there? We will remember this first thing by heart. So we have to remember this very cautiously so that we can remember in the exam also, not just for now. So what will 315 says? That is the power given to Public Service Commission, right? That is the Public Service Commission has been constituted. That will be the first definition. We talk about definition first. So that is the same thing. That is the definition. Then there will be the appointment given. Then there is removal also. First there is the appointment. Then there will be removal. After the removal, there will be the power. Power to what? Power to make the regulation condition of the services and staffs, etc. Whatever the power is given. Then there is the prohibition. Why is there a prohibition? Prohibit of the commission to be seizing such members. Whoever holding is not to be given, right? Now puja has been taken out of this service recently. Everyone has related her name, so this is the kind of prohibit. And then there is the function of this Public Service Commission, which is 320. Then power to extend. Whenever we will write this like the short form, power to extend 321. Then there is the expense. Don't write it like X. We will have a different kind of thought processes there, which is 322. And then there will be the reports. Generally reports come at the end, so that's why we will have this report. So what are we getting here? There is a definition, then thereafter is the appointment, then there is the removal. First there will be the appointment, then there will be removal, then there will be power to what? Power to have the staffs, then removal of the staffs, condition of the staffs, etc. Not removal, but next time we will have the prohibition to hold the office. Then there is a function is in 320. Just remember 1 or 2, then you can relate other things. Function, remember this is on 320. I remember this like this, so that's why I am saying the same thing. Power to increase the power, that is given by obviously some other body, right? That can be given by parliament. There is a power to extend the Public Service Commission. Then there is expenses, then there is report. So that's how we did it. So now get back to some of the points. If needed, we will point at them out, or otherwise we'll skip. So second thing, what is the composition? Everyone knows what is the composition here. That is the only criteria given, otherwise no qualification has been given. So that is one thing you can remember, otherwise you can also skip that. Not much important thing here. The main thing is 6 or 65. That is the main category of all of them, not much to think about. Then there is the registration of to the president, where I am saying about the oath that will be taken about, and how the circumstances is there. President can appoint one of the member of UPSC as the acting chairman following to circumstances circumstances. What is that? One is vacant, or if there is unable to perform, unable, or there is a vacancy, this is where. Now we will see about enabling also. There is misbehavior if going on, then there is some of these has been banking insolvent if there, then that to be said if someone is not having in proper capacity, that can be also there. Some of the categories are given, not much to see about these things. Now removal, I have already said this, insolvency, paid employment has been taken, infirmity, so these are there. That to be said here, misbehavior is obviously one of these. Supreme Court will obviously go for the inquiry. President has to refer this to Supreme Court for the inquiry, and Supreme Court's decision will be binding on everyone. So these are only one two things you have to remember. Not taking this chapter to over and over and over again. This is taking hardly 20-30 minutes to revise these three chapters. It will take you at hardly 1 hour to revise. I am giving some of the extra points here. I am talking much, so that's why a thing is obviously increasing, but otherwise it will take only hardly 1 hour. So that to be said here, we can see here chairman removal processes that has been also given, like president only in the manner and the grounds of constitution. Not much of the need here, so that to be said, maximum thing here is where the reappointment is a no. I have already said that, make the notes above wherever is needed. And the chairman of UPSC, if I am saying that there is a member of UPSC, he can happen to be a chair of UPSC, that is not a reappointment. If a chair is again another chair, if another chair for 5 year, then again for 5 year, that is reappointment, and that's not given. But here a member is being a chair of UPSC, that's possible. SPSC member, he can also be a chair, he can also be a member, that's not reappointment. These are possible. Okay. That to be said here, functions, we will obviously see the examinations. We are giving the examinations and do know about it. Examinations has been taking on, and the special qualification if there is given on a grade of exam. Some of the time there is a lateral entry of specific category like scientist B. Sometimes grade A officers also are taken in the lateral entry by interview, that is there. If there are two or more states are saying that we need UPSC to conduct our exam, so what it will do, it will obviously take their decisions, but not without president's approval. Okay. Method of the requirement, there is a recruitment has been also given, but that to be said, some of the things are not under UPSC, that is where we will see the personal management is here under UPSC, like method of the recruitment, promotion, transfers, disciplinary matters like that of the censure, withdrawal, promotion, pecuniary losses, loss of service, retirement. So what are these? Basically, where in the service you will have this condition, pecuniary loss, someone is having their CRPF, whoever not CRPF is taken under this CRPF, the exams they take. So if they are having some kind of losses, if they are going in the court cases, this kind of the pecuniary loss will be holded by UPSC. The retirement in the compensation, this will be there. Removal of the service dismissal, I have already said this is under article 316, 317. So these are their legal expenses incurred, that I was saying that if they are losing their limb, so they will go for some of the legal expenses. If there is need of a procedure, like they have lost their limb somehow wrongfully, so or someone has done a wrong to them, so that will be the legal expenses taken by UPSC. Now pension, I have already there said, and then extension of the services, temporary appointment if needed, these are the some things. Now no remedy in the court is where I am saying that if government is taking a decision that this person, like Pooja, she cannot go to Supreme Court that saying that what decision has been taken by the government on me, that is not right. This cannot happen. They will tell that government, whatever has taken your decision, government is at least at the end the employer of yours. So that's why you have to take government's decision, right? So Pooja has no any solutions here. So this is almost all the thing we will see here in the UPSC thing. Now that to be said here, some of the kinds here, appointment committees are also there, union cabinet. So appointment committee is basically here for the report. They has to have this kind of reports where the proper appointment is going on, and if there is some of these reports has to be not proper, government has to come before parliament and have their kind of questioning. This has to be going on. These are there. Now limitation is very important. Limitation is where I am saying the reservation for the backward classes. Reservation will only be given by that government, that is not on the hand of PSC. And then there is the SC ST quotas, that is the backward classes. Then there is group CD services are not taken. I have already said that B and A is the only service that they will take, the upper classes. Not likely more than a year. When some employee has not been employed more than a year, that will also be included. Plus there are some of the post, president can include some of the post whenever it's needed, services matters, these are there. So all the regulations by the president laid before each house for at least 14 days. So this is only one time read, that hasn't to be again and again to be read. Whenever you get time, just have one time looks. That's why I am just giving this underline. Have those underline in your books also, and then you will be good to go. And then role, I have already said that AB services, these are there. The main section is here to say about CBC, Central Vigilance Commission, that has been coming from 1964. We will talk about them later. This is also another consultant to government, so they also take some kind of the disciplinary action against civil servant. So what is the work of UPSC then? That's where the question arises, that is UPSC properly relevant to take the decision or not? So this is where the clash is going on between the CBC and there is another body of UPSC. So this is there, and do again revise this definition. Then there is appointment, removal, then power, prohibit, function is 0 to 20, increasing of the power, expense, and the report. That's ending. Now that to say about SPSC is also similar. Nothing else to read about. Only the thing you have to read here, 6 year or 62 year, because of the state, right? Nothing else. And whenever it is needed, governor will come in the place of president. President appointing UPSC people, and then here governor appointing the people of SPSC. Nothing else to talk about here. One half of the combination is addressed is there. So here one thing to see, the removal, I have also given a box. Removal by that of president. Removal by that of president. Why? Because governor can take out anyone, right? When I am saying governor can take out anyone, like without cognizance properly, there is a need of safeguarding this kind of post. So that's why removal by that president only, right? And same ground of that UPSC again, and nothing else to be needed here. You can also look and check for the same kind of the things has been said, chairman of SPSC reappointment going on or not. So these are almost same. That to be said, this is where I will be signing off. And if needed, here SBC is there, there was CBC, right? And here High Court is concerned, and there Supreme Court was concerned, not for the removal, but this is concerned on the otherwise. Here in regard, concerned High Court is also consulted when the governor will be included. This is a different thing. Judicial services, we need not to talk about this. Joint State Public Service Commission is where we have to know where is there a Public Service Commission, JPSC, where the Act of the Parliament has given this. Punjab and Haryana is very important example. 1966 creation of these things has happened, and again there is 6 or 62, that is the quota here. Report will be obviously given. The annual performance report is given to governor, right? And that is to state legislature. The last thing, where there is the formation of PSC, that is by 1926 under the Act of 1919, Montego Claims Court. Then the PSC has formed. Government of India Act 1935. which has given the federal, all the federal Supreme Court, Federal Public Service Commission, these are coming under this. Okay, so I'll be signing off today. These are almost same things that has been coming up in the UPSC. If you remember that by heart, the UPSC, the SPSC will be done. Next day I will come back again, and do check this 41st Amendment Act of 1976 to raise it to 62 from 60 years. That's almost it. Nothing else to go for. Finance Commission will be tomorrow's thing. Bye.